Good afternoon. Happy Sabbath. I'd like to offer a warm greeting and welcome to all of our visitors we have in, all of our guests, and to those on the Cybercast. Hello from Cincinnati as well. This is a neat opportunity I have to give the sermonette today, being from Cincinnati and being a local hometown boy. It's neat to be here and to welcome this next year's ABC class, those of you who have been in for a few weeks, those of you who are just in just now, all the families, all the guests that are with you. It's neat to be somebody from Cincinnati to be able to welcome you. For those who are completely new to our Cincinnati, there are some really neat aspects that you'll get to enjoy over the next year, and if you're visiting just for the weekend, maybe you can try to find some of these. We are a food town. We have lots of variety of food, from Belgian waffles to Thai lettuce wraps to prime rib cannelloni, to all the different burger joints that are spread out among the different nooks and crannies of Cincinnati. If you're an ice cream fan, we have the best ice cream in the world. You heard it from me. Graters. Oh, and Oprah also thinks it's pretty good herself. But if you do try Graters, you have to try one of the chip varieties. There's like 10, 12 or so chip varieties that you must try if you're going to try Graters while you're visiting. And for those who like chili, that's what I was waiting for. Okay, first of all of you like transplants, you newer to Cincinnati, just zip it for a minute. For those who this is their first time, you must try Cincinnati-style chili while you're in. And if you, over the 9 months, I say try it about once a week. That's usually when I get my craving. But Cincinnati chili is something unique. You must give it a try. We're also a sports town. We have the Cincinnati Reds, the first professional baseball team in the nation. And if you've ever gone down to the opening day parade, you'll see it's a national holiday here. Most parents, well, not most. Some parents, mine never did. Some parents pull their kids out of school purposely to go down to the opening day parade at Findlay Market and downtown. And we were able to do that again last year. It's a lot of fun. We're also a friendly town. Lots of people say hi. They'll smile at you as you walk down the street. They'll greet you. And to give you a little bit of help, if somebody says, if you ask a question or you ask somebody for something, and you get a response, please, or a response, excuse me, back, you don't have to take that personally like they were expecting to say please. Let's practice for a second. Okay, so you ask somebody to give you a plate off the table, and they say please. The proper response is not, please may I have that plate off the table. That's not what they're looking for here in Cincinnati. Please is kind of like, I didn't hear you. So if they say, can you please, or can you give me that plate, or you say, can you give me that plate, and somebody says, please, that means just repeat the question because they didn't get it the first time. So you say, can I get a plate, and say it a little bit louder. And they'll say, oh yeah, sure, here you go. That's what please means in Cincinnati. I do welcome you to our home city, Cincinnati, and to my home city that I grew up in. But most importantly, I want you to know you are welcomed here as an addition to our family at Cincinnati East, because that's what we are. We are family. God designed that this collective body of believers would be a family to each other and a family to Him. We are His children as we read in 1 John 3, verse 1. 1 John 3, verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed on us, that we should be called children of God. Children of God. We are unique in the creation of all of the creation, that we were made in the image of God. No other creature has this distinction. It's special. God made us this way. God desired that we would one day become part of His family, that we would become one in Jesus Christ. This gift from God to have His Spirit put inside of us, this great gift. He wanted us to have His Spirit, to be part of that family. We can read this in Galatians 3, verse 26. Galatians 3, in verse 26. For you are all sons of God through faith in Christ Jesus. For as many of you as were baptized into Christ have put on Christ. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither slave nor free. There is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. That's this family that we're all part of. And for those who are being called, those who are younger in age, you're part of this family as well because you're being worked with. God is involved in your life. He's been involved in your family members' lives. And so we are one collective whole family. It's an amazing opportunity that we have here. This is that family bond that unites and joins us all together and keeps us together as we go through life. So what are some aspects of family? Families work together. Families work together. We're a team here in Cincinnati. We see different people picking up brooms or vacuums after a social that we have here. Or if during our snack time, if the trash is overflowing, somebody will just grab it, take it out back, and if they don't know where a garbage bag is to fill it back up, it usually ask someone. There's somebody almost always that knows where it's at, or we can find somebody who would. There's a question about how things work here or where something goes. Ask. We're happy to help out. We're happy that you're wanting to help out with us. There's always opportunities to set up this hall for ABC. There's opportunities to set it up for a potluck. And so you'll see many people jumping in to do those things. Please join us. And when the work is done, there's lots of opportunities to play here in Cincinnati. From volleyball to Winter Family Weekend to our socials that we get to have to the Super Bowl party that the Bengals are going to be part of this year, right? Okay, I'm reaching, I get it. But our family here, we do work together, and we invite you to jump in and become involved with us as well. Another aspect, families communicate and talk together. You're coming into a congregation that really enjoys each other. And at times it can look like maybe that we're sectioned off in groups or in little conversations, and maybe somebody's nervous to join in. But you got to remember, we've been here a long time here in Cincinnati. And as new people have come in, different waves, different times, they've felt like maybe this is a group, or I don't know if I can approach them. But they've come in, and they've talked, and they've joined in. And as times, our groups keep spreading. They keep getting bigger. So please, make yourself at home. Come join in our conversations. Make yourself at home and be part of our group. Communication is important because it allows our relationships to be built. And these new relationships is what's going to allow us to get through difficult times or to grow closer to each other. It leads to clarity in understanding each other and where we come from. We're not all round pegs or square blocks. I'm trying to make sure I had that one right. Round pegs or square blocks. We're all unique. We're all special. God designed us that way. And this communication that we establish as a family, it leads us to being able to overcome and work through problems that arise. We're not perfect. Difficulties do come up. Sometimes there's a little bit of friction. But this communication that we establish allows all of us to work well together and to be strong. Another aspect, families eat together. Families eat together. That's a unique thing also with families, is that they can sit down after a long day at home and sit down and enjoy a meal and catch up together. But what happens when that family is going different directions all day long, and they may see each other, and they may even talk in past ways, but they're not really talking, they're not really communicating. And if time goes on and those meals aren't had, family structure breaks down. It's a fact of life. We need to communicate. We need those meals together. And it's the same thing for here. As a congregation, we enjoy our food here in Cincinnati. We enjoy our fellowship. And there'll be opportunities to socialize and to enjoy and share a meal. And that's one of the special things about our group and our services. So many times we make a big deal out of inviting someone over to our house. I've done it. It's got to be this way, and we've got to have this food, and we've got to have it set up this way, and it's going to be from these hours and all this stuff. And that's fine for certain situations, and some people really enjoy serving others in that fashion. But it doesn't always have to be that way. And this goes both ways from any students here and any congregational members. Students can invite us over. We can invite students over. That's the beauty in this. And some of the best meals we've had with friends and with family are those that are put together last minute, sometimes here at services. You get together and you want to continue the fellowship, and you recognize that your stomach's growling, or you've got a young one pulling at your pants sleeve saying, I got to eat. And then you put a plan together and you say, well, do you guys have anything? Let's get together. Do you have plans for the evening? I've got some food at home. Do you have anything? And some of those meals where you throw it together last minute are some of the best, because there's no real planning that had to be involved. There's no real cleanup because it's usually small and everybody's sharing. That's the great aspect of sometimes these impromptu meals together. And it allows the Sabbath to continue on, or it allows maybe a Sunday evening event to continue on. It's truly great to get together because families eat together. Another aspect is families always love each other. Doesn't necessarily mean that we always agree with each other, but families always love each other. It's kind of like siblings at times. No one gets to pick on my sibling except for me. Is that the way it goes sometimes? Or if we're having a disagreement with a sibling and then somebody else tries to enter it and they want to continue it or they want to say something, then all of a sudden we turn on them because nobody talks about our family that way. That's how we are here. We stick up for each other, we love each other, and we have each other's backs. It means that sometimes we get what we like or what we want, but it also means a lot of times other people get what they want, what they like. Love is about doing what is in the best interest of someone else, and that should be the approach that we have here in our family. We don't always get this part right, but it should be our approach and what we strive to do for one another. As I was preparing this message, I came across an illustration that compares the family to growing a garden, and I'd like to share that with you. And this is from Charles Swindoll. A family is like many things, perhaps most like a garden. It needs time, attention, and cultivation, the sunshine of laughter and affirmation. It also needs the rains of difficulties, tense moments, serious discussions about issues that matter. And there must be spade work where hardness is broken loose and planting of fresh seeds is accomplished with lots of TLC. Here are some suggestions for 15 rows worth planting. 4 rows of peas. Preparedness, perseverance, promptness, politeness. 3 rows of squash. Squash gossip, squash criticism, squash indifference. Along with 5 rows of lettuce. Let us be faithful. Let us be unselfish. Let us be loyal. Let us love one another. Let us be truthful. And 3 rows of turnips. Turn up with a smile. Turn up with a new idea. Turn up with determination. And then, from then it's pretty simple. Water, weed, tend with care, and patiently watch the garden grow. Someday you'll look back and realize it was worth all the years of all the work and effort and prayer. Like a lovely garden, your family will be a thing of grateful pride, of seasonal beauty, of daily sustenance. That's what we can grow and tend to here in our congregation. We can grow this garden with these attributes that we, as a family, build, because that's what we are. In Titus 3, verse 1, has a little bit of a complement to what this illustration presented. In Titus, we have a Paul writing a letter to Titus, encouraging them of what a church should be like, from the elders, from those who serve in different areas. And there's a section, if you get an opportunity to read through it, there's lots of pointers for us as a collective whole of how we should be as a family, be as a church, be as the people of God. And here in chapter 3, verse 1, it's specifically talking about to us, the members. Titus 3, verse 1, remind them to be subject to rulers and authorities, to obey, to be ready for every good work, to speak evil of no one, to be peaceable, gentle, showing all humility to all men. Showing all humility to all men, to each other, to our family. This family that we have is a special bond, our collective understanding of God and His ways that unites us and knits us together. This is for me. This is for you. This is our family. And what has built such a strong congregational here locally is that we have been working on and fostering these concepts for years. doesn't just happen overnight that a family is made and that we're all bonded together. It happens over time as we strengthen and as we encourage each other. Often we may even take for granted what we have here and the amazing church that we do have. This is the whole point. We are one great and amazing family. We are only as strong as a congregation as our family strength is strong. We have our differences. We have our problems that arise from time to time, but every family does. The strength is moving through those and working and overcoming. Families work through the breaks in communication. They work through the times when mom might be pulling too much of the load. They work through when meals together are missed, and they work hard at getting those meals back on track because we all recognize our families need those meals and that time together. Families don't stop. Families don't quit because we are united. United in Christ. United in spirit. We're united in the family of God. This is who we are. So to our new family members that have arrived over the past few weeks or months or even just this week, welcome to our family. Welcome to Cincinnati East.